Hello there, Bick Benedict here. We're playing Gears 5 Hivebusters, and this is my Inconceivable difficulty guide and walkthrough. We're currently on Chapter 3 of 6. It is entitled Into the Fire. Now, if you look at my character, I have a Torque, and I've got the Lancer GL carried through from the previous chapter. If, for instance, you wanted to go back a chapter and restart a fresh chapter, like say you wanted to go back to Chapter 2, and do that chapter over to bring something better to this chapter. When you get to the next stage, what's going to happen is all of the upgrades that you've collected will vanish. So it's broken in the sense that whenever you leave the progression of your one campaign to like hop around to different chapters. And this never happened on Gears 4 or any of the Gears, I don't believe, but it's very disappointing, saddening to just lose all of the upgrades. I mean, how do you like that? Lose all of the upgrades. Now, how do I know that? Because it's happened to me several times and a lot of other people on the forums. But this chapter, you're riding on a huge door on this river of lava over here. When I don't shoot enemies and I'm passive, I'm just demonstrating to you that you don't have to participate in the shooting. For instance, these juvies, I don't think that they are on the other side, but or at least come after you. But this is a beautiful level. It's just absolutely beautiful, and it's fun too. It's just really fun. They don't usually, oh, there they are. The developers don't, like when they made the enemies, they don't put enemies on both sides of you. You know, out of a nice courtesy, they don't do that. But the enemies do come onto the platform, and they will cause you trouble. The ones that come onto the platform are the juvies and the grenadiers. So as long as you can maneuver around this circle here and oh, there's the first checkpoint. Did you see that? 2 minutes and 25 seconds or so you have to do without a checkpoint. And you always have to press the point of, I mean, you should be pressing the point of interest to see exactly who is where. I think it would be good to have a long shot on this, but the Torque is just undeniably a fantastic weapon. It's one of my favorite weapons in this game. And there is memorization required. Oh, holy shit, look at this. I just want to look at this again because I just got a free pass to keep playing right there. Oh my. But yes, memorization, teamwork, because whenever there's too much chaos going on this platform, you want to make sure that your teammates are doing what they need to be doing, namely attacking with that knife that Lonnie has, and the barrier that the boy has. I don't think he can hit with it and damage folks right now, but he could at least put it up and maybe protect people. But there is a pouncer over here, but if you look, pouncers like this in Gears 4 never died this quickly, so it's definitely true that on Inconceivable, enemies have less health and you receive more health. It doesn't affect the weapon allowance, though, so it's not about ammo conservation or anything like that. So, I mean, once again, I just want to say that, God damn it, this is a good game. You know, even though there aren't any new enemies except the final boss, they have a lot of things that you're doing on the campaign that are just fun. And I've got to applaud that. I mean, you hardly ever see anything like this. So I felt compelled to do a walkthrough for this out of respect for a genre that's, I hate to say it, but it's kind of obsolete. Anyway, so there's a flock there. I didn't want to get too sad there and start talking about sad things. But this next flock has some drop-offs for you, and you sure as hell know what those are. You've got those leeches that will attack you. Firing at those hot spots up there will drip some fire down and hit the flock. The biggest problem on this is that, I'm sorry for that abrupt edit. It's kind of difficult to line up footage on this section, which is so moving and dynamic, but this is the one that drops off a lot of these leeches, and if you're going to get killed to anything over here, you're going to get killed to a leech. So just observe here how they all get onto the platform. I don't think the flock can damage you. It's more of a tool to just scare you. I'm sure, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that it doesn't do any damage. I think it does a little bit of damage, but it can't outright kill you. So you want to utilize those, you know, those points of reference on the ceiling. And definitely, anytime there's a lot of enemies in any situation, in this chapter or other chapters, just have your teammates attack them, and that should, you know, that should be sufficient. I mean, they're not perfect, but they still can do their part. Okay, so this is the next checkpoint area. Let me see, this one, I think we've got a little riding to do. There's going to be, at the very least, one hunter over here, as well as some drones. And I believe that this is it's one of the last fights, not counting Harambe. Oh, did I mention there's a Harambe on this chapter? Possibly two. Is there? I don't know, but I don't know if the world can take two Harambes. But on this part over here, be really careful. I mean, you'll get headshotted so quick. It's you know, it's what it is. It's very ruthless about what they do for that. But all of the time when you're doing this, it's all going to be the same sort of patterns that the enemies do. So the more you die over here, the more you'll continue to learn what's going on over here and to remember. And you are not given a lack of checkpoints over here. So it's really nice. Okay. This is the point at which, oh, that thing is called a popper. I think I called it something else before, and I misremembered what it was called. But after this part, holy shit! Now that's pretty much anything after that touches you, you would be dead. There's no coming back from that, definitely. Did you see that we got another checkpoint right there too? So they're very generous with the checkpoints. However, at the end of this fight, it does get quite rough. So you're going to be shooting at drones, imagos, and scions. I think there's going to be 2 scions for you to kill. The ones that jump onto the platform are going to be the juvies, as well as possibly poppers. I'm not sure though at this point. But yeah, anytime they're clustered like this, beautiful opportunity to get multi-kills and speed things up. But the juvies are going to jump on here, so I'm going to set a proximity mine or 2 over here just for them. And then you're probably going to see about 3. Did you notice I have the bolt hawk? I haven't really used it, but I might use it at the end of the video on Harambe, or at least on the Kinkers. Blind firing on the juvies is quite helpful over here because they're so close to you. Any juvies that are on the top of that platform. I mean, the word immaculate, it comes to my mind when I think of these types of games. The tightness and precision is just unparalleled. I was playing Uncharted, I don't know, like 4 recently, and the combat is just it's good for what it is, but it's nothing like this. This is like the pinnacle of greatness. It truly is. The only thing we need is the ability to swap our shoulders. But we pretty much know that they're going to be too stubborn to do that. And all I have to say is, if they make Gears of War, holy shit, that I got a lot of damage up from that area over there. If they make Gears 6 and they have those bloated open sections, I'm going to be very disappointed. But I wanted to mention there is a section coming directly after this that involves a Harambe shooting cankers at you, and it's almost reminiscent of a part in Gears of War 2, right before you do the Reaver fight, where I think boulders are being flung at you, or some sort of a projectile, and you have to shoot them, and you can only miss a few times. Well, it's kind of the same situation on this Harambe section coming up, because there's going to be 2 to 3 sections where you have a lot of those cankers coming right at you, and they're very far away at first, so it's hard to find them, but they will come directly at you, and trying to just outrun them or jump is like, what am I saying, jump? Roll is almost, you can't get away with that. You just can't. You have to shoot the projectiles and get those out of your way. And why do I say 2 to 3? Well, sometimes I've gotten 3 sessions with this son of a bitch, and sometimes I've just got 2. It happens right over here. Right over here. See, there's Harambe right there. And see the cankers? They're right there. So you need to switch guns if you aren't comfortable with Yeah, there are 2 Harambes. God damn it, I was right. Oh, I got a little lucky there. That part, I was screaming on it. It was so difficult. But the key to success on that part, just by a large margin, is nailing those projectiles, anticipating them as fast as you can, get them out of the way, and try not to get a gun jam, and just do the best that you can on that, and just focus on the cankers. Try to look beyond or through all of the chaos that's happening on the screen, because it could be really distracting. So we have come now to the end of chapter 3. It was called Into the Fire, and the next time we see each other, so to speak, we will be on the 4th chapter. And up until then, I would ask that you would continue to please take care.